feel like it's not gonna work for some reason. It's just gonna be
gonna
all for nothing.
We're gonna talk for like 5 hours and nothing's gonna get recorded.
5 hours.
Okay, we're gonna.
Our
talk for 5
technical
minutes.
guy isn't here to make sure that this works properly.
It's technically an idiot.
Yeah, a lot of you were probably wondering out there why we have Kyle on the show, because obviously Dave, Jordan, and Mike all have great personalities and add some sort of flair to the show.
And he does not.
And Kyle
I
just kind of
guess.
sits there like some kind of
Checks his phone.
barnacle.
But
He's the tech guy.
He runs audio.
While I may edit the podcast, he is the supplier of the equipment and make sure it all works. And
He's a glorified boom operator.
pretty much.
Yeah, this is our second episode where we're down a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they're happening so close together, too.
Yeah.
It's like we went fucking 12 without anything, and then all of a sudden it's like bam, bam.
No,
It's all going
we went
downhill
more than
from
12.
here.
We went 14 without one.
Oh, yeah.
No,
that's-
15. 15,
Jeez,
15
wow.
was the episode where you just posted where it was the first episode where someone was gone. It was me.
Well, let's hope it continues.
How does it look?
Well,
How does it look
already-
right now? Does it look good?
It looks good from what I'm seeing, at
What,
least.
your mustache or the levels?
Both.
Oh, your mustache looks weird right now,
Sorry,
dude.
1 minute. I'm going to fix it.
It's getting weird.
Shh, don't look at it too closely.
So yeah, I kicked Kyle off the podcast when he dropped off the audio
Yeah.
burger.
Honestly,
I kicked him off forever.
let's be real. This may as well be a trial run for Kyle going to dedicated audio. He'd be the guy in the background every now and we hear, "Hey, what are you talking about that?" And that'd be about it.
We need to do a video podcast like Joe Rogan, and he can run audio.
He's just the
He
producer.
can run audio. He can run the switcher for the cameras, and he can look up YouTube videos whenever we need.
Yeah, and he can fact check us. He can be
Yeah,
like, "That's
fact check.
bullshit."
Yeah, he's
exactly.
he's the one chick on Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he always calls us out on bullshit, and
And
then just
he's
like,
and then he's
okay,
like,
whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
whatever.
sorry.
That's not right. That's right. You know, you might be. Hey, you're wrong. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Dedicated
Stand up
fact
for
checker.
something, motherfucker.
So I didn't look up any.
Before we jump off Kyle too quick,
Okay.
I'm not too happy that he's not here.
I'm pretty upset.
I mean, I understand why he's not here.
I'm not upset about it because I mean, as a podcast group, we have to be able to be fluid and react to things that we can't help, like work schedules and.
Are you just playing compassion because you were gone?
No.
I feel like that's
I'm,
exactly what's happening.
I'm looking at it from my side of the perspective is I was gone and I'm very happy that the podcast still continued and was actually that thrived. Even though I was gone, and I like that.
I could fucking do this on my own if you guys all couldn't show up for some reason. Except
Dave
for I
and
would
Mike.
have no idea how to do this. I would just hit record and hope that, which is fucked up because I'm like, I'm like a professional. I'm like a media professional.
Yeah.
That's how I make a living. But this thing fucking eludes me.
It's like some kind of octopus sitting in the middle of the table.
Well, considering that technology came out probably after you got your degree, so
Yeah.
And honestly, yeah, like I could do the same thing Dave's talking about. I'm fine flying solo, but it's just I have no idea what the hell this thing is. Like for all I know, it's not recording. That little clock could just say how long I've been wanting it to be recording.
Isn't there a red light?
There's a red light.
yeah, and the red light's on.
Probably
If
a good
there's
thing.
one thing that you learn in film school,
It's
when the
red
red
light.
light's on.
you are recording for the most part.
Good to know. But Jordan, you had, I'm not going to say a genuine reason to be gone.
It
but
wasn't a genuine reason
You were,
because
you were literally unconscious.
Yeah, it was an accident.
I could have- no.
You wanted to be there. You even said, "I'm going to be there," despite being up 30-something hours. You wanted to do it, Kyle.
Well, no.
However,
Because I had the choice.
has thrown in the towel ahead of time. If he went home and passed out and fell asleep and overslept, I'd be like, Kyle was working so hard he overslept. He shouldn't have been on here. But he's like, you know what? I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. I am choosing.
That was
not
the
to
thing
join
too,
you.
because you saw the text that I sent you like an hour before, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'll be there." I could have just easily not gone into my bed and laid down and stayed awake and come here. I would have been, like completely
Oh, well,
delusional.
so you're an asshole.
That's true, but you it's not like you went to bed saying I'm going to sleep through the podcast. You just thought I'm going to get some Z's in before I hit the podcast.
Yeah.
Kyle has made a conscious decision to not be here tonight.
Well, he's also been, working long hours
Yeah,
for this project that he's
You know
doing.
what? If he said I was filming tonight or I'm,
He was filming today.
well, I know, but I mean like right now while we're recording, if he was busy filming, I'd be like, yeah, that's a genuine excuse, man. Don't bother. It's all right. We'll record.
Well, I
without
mean,
you.
he's also got a genuine excuse right now. He has to be at the school to turn in equipment and then check out new equipment and stuff like that. So, I mean, right now he technically can't be here because he's got prior engagements. I'm on your side, Kyle. With this, but everything else you suck. You're
I feel like Kyle's not into this podcast anymore from the sound
Yeah,
of it.
it doesn't sound like it.
It sounds like he is just so so tired of this podcast and he's so fed up with it that he's just trying to slowly like pry himself away from it. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like Kyle hates us and he hates this podcast.
I'm pretty sure
is
that's exactly
what I'm
what's
trying to
going on.
summarize this all with.
I mean, he definitely hates Jordan. So.
Oh, well, that's a given. I'm not going to contend that.
You think if Jordan wasn't here, he'd show up?
Yeah,
for
probably. I should text him right now and be like, "Hey, Jordan had to leave." And
He's like, "I'll be right there. I'll be right there."
Do it. Actually, do it right now. See what he says. I want to see what he says.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
We'll do it later.
He probably just won't respond to my texts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably so busy sucking dicks right now.
Yeah.
You know what? I was pretty upset about it, but now I'm over it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
God
we're at
damn.
the office again too, and that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving this. That this is now our place.
Yeah. We can podcast in our own space. Your own space. I'm out of the office now.
yeah, you fucking.
Yeah,
idiot.
you don't pay in anymore, but that's all right because you're never here. That's the thing. You're here one night a week to record, maybe
Probably-
two if we're hanging out. but
Probably during the winter months, fall and winter months. I'll be here.
I know I
Oh,
spend
and-
a ton of time.
And
here.
if I get that job at Woodward, I'll be here a lot more often.
yeah,
I'll be here and I'll probably be paying because
be
I'll
cool.
be getting paid from Woodward and getting paid from school and
so you're gonna go for that Woodward job?
I'm asking my brother about it right now.
That's weird because I'm pretty sure you're podcasting right now.
Not right now.
Oh.
I meant like right now, as in like the general right now.
Oh, okay. So
The
like,
royal what?
so
right
like
now,
anytime from like when this is done till like a month from now.
Yeah, probably.
give or take right now.
I feel like that's too long.
That's
for
my
me.
procrastinatory time period right there.
What are you gonna be applying for, or is it just gonna be just
Janitorial.
I?
No. Well, they build a lot of aircraft parts over there, and I've worked on several of them in the
That's
Navy.
true. Yeah.
Specifically, their hydromechanical units that they build over there. No one knows what the hell I'm talking
I
about.
was gonna say.
Yeah, but
Try and sound as smart as you can.
while I was in the Navy, I was working on MH-60 Romeo helicopter, and while I was up on top of the hide
What?
bay, I
Keep going.
and while I was up on top of the hide bay, my supervisor was like, "Hey, get some serial numbers off those components." And I was like, "Okay." So while I was going over the components, the engines, the transmissions, the HMU, the servos, and everything, I came across the hydromechanical units, the HMUs, and he goes, "Hey, read me the serial number off that." And I go, "Okay." And I'm reading it, and all of a sudden I see at the top, Woodward Governor, Rockford, Illinois.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, what?"
I feel like this was on last week's podcast, or maybe we just talked about it in real
No,
life.
we talked about some Navy stuff when he came back from Hawaii, but
No,
I
yeah.
didn't know you were when you were at the Navy. You saw Woodward Governor
Yeah,
parts.
yeah, Woodward Governor part. Woodward makes parts for the Navy and just aircraft parts in general.
That's cool. Do they make like a ton of them, like, or is it really unique that you ran across one? I wouldn't know.
No, it's not unique.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's more like specific stuff, like I said, hydromechanical
yeah, the
units.
HMUs, serial servos.
The
Yeah.
HPVs.
Yeah, the HPVs, those are important
The
too.
HMOs, the
The
CPUs,
HIVs.
The TGBs, the IGBs,
You gonna
the
eat that
MGBs.
Twix or
Yeah.
what, dude?
the
Give me a break on the
TGIFs.
Twix. You want one?
No, I don't.
You can have one if you
no,
want.
I'm good.
I was gonna say it comes with two.
No, I'm good. I just don't. It just,
Oh, that's a
Four.
four-pack.
It's a 4 to go
Jesus.
Twix pack.
Jeez Louise.
So yeah, so while I was in the Navy, I thought, because it was right before I got out of the Navy, and I was like, hey, that would probably be a good job to go to since it's in Rockford and everything.
Then you're
I can get a
like,
job.
never mind.
No, so then I worked at a potato chip factory, I worked at a hardware store, and then I worked at U-Haul. So
You
then
have had such you've had a very varied.
yeah, I've worked at Little Caesars, I've worked at In-N-Out Burger, I've worked at Menards.
Yeah, see, I've worked at like two places my whole life.
That
U-Haul is the longest I've ever held a job down, though.
Really, and you
outside
haven't been there
outside of the Navy.
you haven't been there a crazy long time.
I've only been there a year.
I've had I think I've had 4 or 5, 6. I don't know. Like,
Dave lost count. He's
I-
had so many.
No, I haven't had that many. 1, 2.
I know of 2.
3. Does freelancing count as a job?
I didn't count my freelancing as a job.
So no. Then 5. I've had 5 jobs.
Nice.
Does Two Beards count? Because we were doing that full time for a
That's
little bit.
technically a job.
So 6.
Yeah,
jobs.
that's self-employment. If you paid taxes on it, I'd consider it a job.
So 6. I've had 6 jobs.
Did you pay taxes on your freelance stuff?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
So you
I
wouldn't
didn't
consider
count that.
HJs a job?
hand jobs?
Yeah.
You could have just said hand jobs.
HJs.
HJOs.
Like for some reason,
HJOs.
I thought of Jimmy John's when you said HJs.
like JJ.
Yeah.
That's a jobs.
You go to JJ's and get an HJ for your HMO.
Yeah.
HIV, HPV.
So yeah, we went to go see Terminator.
Without
Yeah,
Without Kyle.
Without Kyle. Fuck Kyle again. Again, he separates himself.
It's basically
from
been
us.
a Mike, Dave, Jordan week.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
we went to see Terminator Genesis. And not only was it just us going to see it,
It was,
without Kyle,
it was just us.
it was
in the
just
theater.
us in the theater.
It was a
Yeah.
fucking blast.
It was awesome.
If you've never seen a movie with just you and your friends in a theater, you should really aim for that. Go at 10:30 on Monday
Yeah, 10:30 at night on a Monday.
and enjoy your.
Make sure it's a Terminator movie. 'Cause
Yeah,
I feel like that doesn't happen with all movies.
and it's been out for a month or so.
Yeah,
A month already? I thought it was
I
only a
don't
couple
even
weeks,
know.
like 2 weeks. I
I
thought.
have no idea.
It feels like it's been a while. I remember them talking about it since the last
guess so.
WrestleMania.
You watch WrestleMania?
Yeah, man, every year.
Do you?
I actually, my friend actually has the WWE pay.
Yeah, the channel thing.
Yeah, and so every WrestleMania or usually every big wrestling event, we go over there and hang out and watch it. It's a blast.
Awesome.
It's like I don't know. I never got into that. It's kind of like going to a theater production
Yeah,
almost.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
like-
what it is.
But more redneck-ish.
Yeah,
Well, I guess you could use the term redneckish for it because a lot of rednecks do watch it and promote
but that's
it.
racist. So
Whatever. I'm partially redneck.
But there's more to it than that. A lot of people don't give it credit for just being genuinely entertaining and exciting to watch people pull off these feats of cool shit. Like everyone always says wrestling's fake. Yeah, we all know, but it's
not
exciting
fake.
to
It's
watch.
not fake. It's predetermined. That's
Choreographed.
true. That's
I
true.
guess it's fake in the same way that a movie's fake. It's like, someone watches Jurassic Park and they're like, I really liked it. Oh yeah, well, did you know it's fake?
It's fake.
It's fake.
Fucker.
How can
It's
you
not even
enjoy
real.
it? It's not even real. The T-Rex wasn't even there.
What do you mean?
But
I
it's
like-
just,
I like
it's
wrestling.
exciting.
I
There's
just
fun,
can't
cool
keep
things.
up with it anymore.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't do. Like every time I show up, my friend who does watch it every week, I have to tell him, "All right, who's that guy? What's going on here?"
Like, I
and he
would-
gives me a brief synopsis, and I'm like, "All right, I'm in."
I would like to keep up with it. I just don't have to. It's the same thing as everything else. Like video games. We've talked about video games. I just don't fucking. I love video games. I love the idea of video games. I just don't have time to do it. To put in the fucking work. Except for when Fallout 4 comes out. Then I'm still not gonna have time, but I'm gonna do it.
No wrestling. No, never got into. I never got into boxing. I never got into MMA. I
Boxing
never
is
got
really
into
good.
anything. I never got into
I
that
don't
whole
like
fighting
MMA.
thing. I liked occasionally watching the knockouts from boxing and MMA, but that's
You ever
it.
play? You like watching competitive video games?
No.
You like watching racing?
What do you mean? Like
Like
sports
NASCAR?
like NASCAR? Not NASCAR.
Not
more like
necessarily
more like
NASCAR,
IndyCar,
Formula One.
Formula One.
I don't like racing really.
Yeah.
I like the idea. Of
Well,
it.
that's also
What about
because golf.
I do
No,
Golf or bowling? Bowling?
golf.
no,
is
don't
kinda
watch.
fun.
Don't watch.
I'm
it.
trying to name sports that are on like the lower end of sports.
Curling.
Yeah.
I fucking hate curling. Kyle, the guy that isn't here. I don't know if you guys remember him. He's not here right now.
Wait, you mean Kyle Owen?
Yeah, Kyle.
Oh
Owen.
yeah, the guy that brought us this audio equipment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Then he's not here.
yeah. Fuck, man,
He loves
forgot about
curling.
him. He loves it.
He loves curling.
He would use the word love to
Yeah, he
describe
would.
his
He would.
feelings.
The next time you see him, be like, "How do you feel about curling?"
I
I
can
can almost guarantee you'd be like, "I love it."
I can see.
Anytime
why,
I get the chance, I watch it.
I can see why someone would love it. I don't love it personally. It's maybe interesting to watch maybe like 3 minutes of it, then you're like, okay, this is.
I
okay.
hate it.
Isn't it's basically like shuffleboarding with brooms or something? Right?
Yeah, yeah. You have this big like stone with a handle on it, and you kind of like slide it down this ice
Yeah.
And
pathway.
then
It's
you
like bowling,
sweep in front of it
and you sweep in front of it to clear ice away or whatever.
to make
and
it
then-
faster and or slower.
And you gotta like slide it so it gets on like the dead center of the target.
yeah, so it's shuffleboard, but like
it's like shuffleboard
like
meets
slipperier.
bowling meets darts.
bowling and darts are more interesting though. I used to watch bowling on TV.
Did you know any?
I was like really into bowling when I was a youngster.
I was just about to ask. Like, did you know any like professional bowlers or like have any baseball bowler cards?
I did. Well, I don't know if I had cards. Do they have cards? I'm sure they have cards.
Really?
I'm sure
They probably
I'm
do.
sure they do.
Somewhere.
Yeah, they got
In-
fucking
in
cards for
Tennessee.
everything. I was gonna one of my trivia game things that ended up falling through. Maybe it'll show up in a future trivia game. Was I was gonna name Olympic sports, and they were gonna or like Olympic competitions, I should say, and they were just gonna be bizarre things, and you were gonna be like, "Is that an Olympic competition?" Like it was gonna be one of the lists.
Name one of them right now that's really fucked up.
Trampolining.
That is.
That is a real Olympic thing. Is
I could see
trampolining?
that.
What do you do in trampolining?
Fuck.
Fucking
jump around on a
maneuvers,
trampoline.
dude.
Is it like gymnastics but on a trampoline?
Yeah, kind of
Okay.
like that.
You do fucking crazy maneuvers, probably.
Yeah, I could imagine that. I could imagine that, but it's like
But yet they took baseball out of the Olympics.
Yeah, baseball sucks ass. That's probably
I'm
why.
sorry, but still, a sport.
It's
and you have to
barely
keep trampolining in.
honest.
And
Let's
curling.
be honest here. It's barely
And
a sport.
curling. Fuck curling and fuck Kyle.
And fuck baseball.
And yet, fucking,
They're barely athletes.
what's that sport in the Winter Olympics where you skii around and then every once in a while you stop and you shoot a gun at a target?
I don't know, but that sounds
That sounds
awesome.
badass.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
are you
That sounds like
talking
the best
about?
sport ever. I imagine
Yeah.
a guy with a gun just skiing down the hill.
It's like cross country skiing with like skeet
With
shooting.
guns.
Yeah. So like you cross country ski for like 3 miles and then you get to the part where you have to stop, take your gun out, load it up, and then like shoot the target. And then once you hit the target, you can move on to like ski another 2 miles.
It's like a triathlon, but it's like the middle event is arm wrestling. Like,
Yeah. Whoa! Wow, that's a good idea.
We should invent a sport.
invent a sport.
Yeah.
I hear beer pong might be coming to the Olympics.
It'd be one thing
Sounds
to invent
awful.
a game or a competition, but to invent a sport is something else.
I guess just invent a game is what
I
say.
invented
Oh,
a
okay.
game.
I've been-
Tap hockey.
Tap hockey.
Yeah, it's on your hands and knees. You have a sock ball, and then you have laundry hampers on either end of like a living room, and then tap hockey. You play with your hands. You got to score on the other guy. You and another guy. They're both goalies, but you're also playing offense and defense at the same time. My brother and I invented it when we were younger.
I was just about to say it sounds like something you make up on a hot summer day with nothing to do.
More like a very cold winter day when you don't want to go outside.
That too.
I like how our idea of like not wanting to do anything is a really hot summer day, and his idea is like a really cold day. We're like, oh god, it's hot out. Let's stay inside and not ever do anything
Oh,
again.
it's so gross. It's hot out. I can't do anything. And when it's cold out, I'm like, all right, cool.
Jordan's
I was
like
gonna stay
outside
inside.
in flip flops.
Yeah, duh, it's warm.
Just a minute.
So we got off of Terminator very quickly.
Oh yeah, Terminator. Fuck everything. Terminator. That was amazing. That was such a fun time in the theater. It's too bad
Yeah.
the movie was like a C in
yeah,
my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah, absolutely.
I
I give it. You shut up. You're always the fucking.
like it. It was fun. I had a fun time, and that's what counts. Is if
No,
you have
I
a fun
agree.
time.
I
Yeah.
agree. That is what counts, but that doesn't make it a good movie.
Us three in
Oh,
the theater. I mean, the time we had
That
was
makes it a good
A
night.
plus time.
All right, let's admit it though. That's the last time you're going to see Arnold Schwarzenegger play the Terminator,
Not
Maybe
necessarily.
Sylvester Stallone is still making Rocky movies.
That's true.
and which is probably going to be his last Rocky movie. Which
Honestly,
isn't even a
that's
Rocky
what-
movie.
that
It's
is
not even
what-
Rocky movie. It's a fucking Apollo Creed movie.
Which looks really good,
Hang
by
on.
the way.
It does look good.
It looks amazing. It looks
It
like
does.
what Rocky 5 should have been,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
But like, wait,
Kinda like what-
rewind for a second. I'm sure a lot of people said that about fucking the last two Rocky movies.
Or
That's
maybe
gonna
even
be
just the
his
last
fucking-
Terminator. Because, I mean,
Well, yeah.
he wasn't in Terminator Salvation.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there was a computer-generated version of him in a
Yeah.
Terminator Salvation.
yeah, well, it's still kind of seeing him, but I guarantee you this is the last time that you'll see Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Why? Do you
playing.
think he's gonna die?
He's in his late 60s.
Yeah,
Think
he'll-
about it. After a while, people are going to be like, all right, it's time to, you
Yeah,
know.
maybe he'll be in a wheelchair the next.
And
movie.
I think, in the way that this ended, I think that was probably like the best send off.
Well, no,
for Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There's still an open-ended part
I
about.
don't even remember the ending.
Don't spoilers.
No, spoil
Well,
it. I don't care.
All right, spoil it. Fuck
There's
it.
an open ending to it because we still don't know who sent the good Arnold Schwarzenegger
yeah.
Terminator back in time.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking
Yeah.
to Dave about a little bit ago.
So it's open ended. So it's like that's definitely like something that they could do, and then they'll have an Arnold there doing that.
Yeah.
And it's like and he's still alive at the end of the movie too. So if they
Hey.
have like, oh, it turns out Cyberdyne Skynet's coming back, and then we got to stop it, and it's like you have old Grandpa Terminator like be the first victim of it, where it's like he's kind of like, oh no, it's so strong I can't fight it, and it'll be Arnold playing that role.
Did the first like 20 minutes of that movie feel like a Sci-Fi Channel movie to you? Because to me it did, and I really fucking hated it. And then I thought it got really good, and then it got stupid again after that.
My opinion of the first few minutes were that I liked it, and then once Sarah Connor showed up, I started to like it less.
Well, yeah, I agree with that.
And it's
but
like, and it had its ebb and flows with like moments of Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese interacting being like the low points.
I'm talking specifically about the beginning part, like in the future.
It didn't bother me at all.
I
If
fucking
anything,
hated
I
it
was
so much.
I was enjoying.
If
it.
anything, it was more true to the original T2 Flash Forward to the Future. The way that Terminator Salvation made the future look
I just
was
don't-
completely different than
I
what
just-
T2
yeah.
made it look
I don't
like.
like how it was. It's not necessarily how it looked, like how it was acted. It felt like a fucking Sci-Fi Channel movie to me.
Oh yeah, the whole movie has acting problems except for the side characters.
yeah.
Anyone who
Simmons
plays a
is
major
awesome.
role is fairly bad in this,
Except for
in my
Arnold
opinion.
You got to think most of the side characters are all experienced actors,
Yeah, and they're
like
great.
seasoned actors.
Yeah.
Like
J.K.
years.
Simmons was fucking awesome.
J.K.
he
Simmons
was
was
he
great.
was one of the highlights of the movie.
Yeah.
He really was, because his character's funny and weird, and you don't think he's going to be important, but then he
Yeah.
ends up being important.
Who played the original T-1000? Who was that guy? I can't remember
I
his
forgot
name.
what his name is.
Yeah, but I think they should have brought him back. If they brought Arnold Schwarzenegger back, I think they should have brought the original.
I feel like that guy was related to him somehow. The
The Asian guy?
yeah,
Oh, the two of them are related somehow?
I think so.
Oh,
What?
Maybe.
Let me look.
The
it up.
original and the new one?
fact-checking.
I'm gonna-
It could be, and that would be a cool nod towards it. But I totally agree that, yeah, they could have had at least like an old cop, like, because that form he takes is because he replicated the first cop that he killed.
Yeah.
And so it'd be cool to maybe even just see that cop there. And
Yeah.
Be like, have you seen this boy or something like that?
Well, no, because you know that.
I mean, the damn movie is already like, a fucking fan movie.
Yeah.
Where
duh.
it's just full
So
of
why not?
references.
So
and
why not add the
nods.
original T-1000 in there
Yeah,
and
that
have
too.
it be like a true like, oh my
Oh,
god!
it's him doing harder.
Yeah. Have you seen this boy?
Bum, bum, bum. So what if in the sequel it turns out that instead of having a son, they have a girl?
Well, that'd be weird.
Never mind on that whole thing I just said. It was completely wrong.
Okay.
Like there's no truth to it at all.
All right, that's cool though.
Yeah, the original T-1000 is in no way related to the T-1000 in Terminator Genesis.
Liquid Metal Man. I thought they got rid of him pretty early too. It's like the first few trailers for the movie made it seem
Well-
like Liquid Metal Man was going to be like the main bad guy of the movie, and then like halfway through the trailer season,
They had to.
it switched over to show that John Connor was going to be a bad guy
Yeah.
and kind of spoil that plot element.
Yeah, they had to make room for the John Connor T-1000-ish
Yeah.
kind of bad guy. I mean, it's the whole Spider-Man thing with too many villains.
Yeah.
You can't overdo it with the villains, or else people are just going to become less interested. And that's my opinion on what they had to do.
Now you're totally right, and it played it pretty well by ditching the main villains early on, and then you have the Mastermind and his strong arm, with the Mastermind being Skynet, Cyberdyne,
Yeah.
and the strong arm being
Which I was surprised it was Matt Smith.
Yeah, when when Doctor Who showed up,
Yeah.
we were immediately like, who's he supposed to be? Like, he's not just a background character.
Well, you could tell right away the way that he was like looking at John Connor. You could tell he was a bad
yeah,
bad guy right
they
away.
started to seed that in right away. Like, we just saw him in the background in one shot, and we're like, what is Matt Smith doing there?
Yeah.
Kind of, and I thought like, oh, he's gonna be doing something.
Yeah, you can't have an actor who is that well
I don't know
known
what you guys are
in the
talking
background like that. No actor.
Do you know about Doctor Who?
Nope. That's what I mean. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
I don't really care that
the
much,
actor
but-
that played Doctor Who before the current Doctor Who
Yeah,
was
12th Doctor. Was
yeah, the
Matt Smith
12th
12th or 11th.
No, yeah, 11th Doctor.
11th.
The 11th Doctor was Matt Smith, the guy that was playing Skynet in the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm like you can't have him in the background just as an extra.
But yeah, it was a fun time.
It was a very fun time.
You ignore the plot holes because it's a time travel movie. It's like whenever a time travel movie comes up, you immediately ignore plot holes and you just go, okay, so I'm gonna just roll with it.
Yeah.
And then from then on out, it's just whether or not the characters are interesting and the action's fun. And the action was definitely fun.
The
You definitely
characters
have a
were
cool
not
time,
very
but the
interesting.
characters were.
The love scenes is what brought you out of it. I know that because it brought me out of it. The
Well,
love
even
scenes
more
was
than
too
love
much.
scenes.
It was too cheesy and too lovey, and it was too kind of like awkwardish. Like we know that we love each other, but we know that I can't tell him yet that he's the father of John Connor. And,
Yeah. Plus, it just like sucked.
yeah,
It was just not good.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't well done at all, in my opinion, at least.
yeah.
And it's not just the love elements either. Like any attempt at character building with them, I
It
was
just bad. It was just
bored.
bad.
Yeah,
Like even that scene when they're in the hospital, and it's not like they're in love or talking about their love. They're just like having that little like war of words, and then getting a fake fight, and then
You want to know what it
get a way
reminded me of?
escaping.
It reminded me of the kids in Jurassic World. That's what it reminded me of.
They're
Good,
getting
because
a
they
divorce.
were actually pretty good.
They were not. They were like that movie was like kind of fun. It was like fun, but like all the characters were just fucking boring as fuck to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the
Chris-
main kids. They were
Chris Pratt was the best part of that movie,
He's-
and he wasn't in there that much.
He
And-
he was good, but like his character was still fucking boring as shit.
Well, if any, oh no, I take that back. The best character in the movie is the Indian guy, the guy that took over the park after John Hammond died.
Oh yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, I like.
Did you see the movie?
I still haven't seen Jurassic World. I'm probably
Okay,
gonna
yeah.
see it this weekend with my mom.
Yeah, I liked.
fun,
I liked.
but
I
it's
liked
just-
his character, and I thought that they killed him way too soon for no apparent reason.
Oh, spoilers! I'm gonna
Sorry.
go in. And I'm just gonna tell my mom everything before she sees it, and she's gonna be
You
pissed.
should. Listen, Mom, the main kids they're bad.
Mom, we should
Water
probably just,
dinosaur eats them. It's the T-Rex from
just-
the original movie.
It's
We could
just
uh,
go see Terminator again.
It's mixed
Sorry.
with
I'm
a
not
it's
gonna
mixed
put
with
it
a
through
raptor.
Yeah, and because you think back to T2 Judgment Day, and you have John Connor as a kid, who, while the kid actor may not be the best, he's a great character, fun to watch it.
Exactly.
He's like, you know, a smart aleck, but he's like he doesn't want people to die,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like he has he says a sense of morality and a sense of how to get things done because his mom bestowed that on him. Then you have Sarah Connor, who's like fucking crazy and such a badass too. And then you have the Terminator himself, who's a great character in that movie because he's still very robotic and very inhuman, but he's learning to be human through John Connor.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the new Terminator, while I like Arnold Schwarzenegger as that character, he's like either spouting technobabble or he's playing up that I'm trying to be human a little too much for my liking.
Did you know that the kid that played John Connor in T2, he was actually supposed to play John Connor in Terminator Salvation,
Oh no.
but because of his drug problem, they had to say no to him.
I think that's a good thing.
No, I think that would have been awesome. Seeing John Connor as the little kid, but grown up, playing John Connor in the post-apocalyptic world. Think about it. It would have had a little bit more continuity. You would have been a little bit more accepting of it. And actually, I think that it would have been better if they didn't actually make the T3. What was that? Clara Danes and
Yeah.
the weird
I
guy.
haven't seen either of. I haven't seen T3 or
Salvation?
Salvation.
Yeah, T3 is probably the worst of them all.
Yeah, probably.
That means I would probably like it.
Yeah, you should check it out.
I
There's
probably
a
will.
lot of super fun, crazy action moments, but man, does it lay on the humor too thick, in my opinion, for it to be interesting or
It's
entertaining.
too.
It's too goofball. It's too.
What year did that movie come out? Do you remember?
like 07, maybe 08.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing. Dave's looking up
Yeah,
the date
Wait,
right
which
now.
one are we talking about?
The T3.
Yeah. It came off as a movie made by what's his name? What's the guy that did like Independence Day and
Michael Bay.
Stargate?
Yeah, it came out
Bruckheimer?
in 2003.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Three.
because I remember walking to the Machese Park Mall to go see that movie with a friend, not realizing that it was R-rated. So then we had to just turn around and go home after that.
Bullshit. T3 was R-rated?
I'm pretty sure it was.
No
No
way.
way.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it
because
was.
this one wasn't
fucking
even R-rated.
way.
I'm pretty sure it was.
That
Or
one
we
needs a-
couldn't get in for some reason.
All right.
Like,
That's more
regardless.
believable.
It's not that the guy at the front
Regardless.
desk was just being a dick.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Regardless, I did a lot of walking for no reason.
Yeah.
Salvation was all right. It's just that I think it wanted to be something that it ended up not being. But it's like it serves its purpose, I guess, and I feel like it could have been better.
I think that it was
T2 is still the highlight of the series for me.
it was still like the imagery that you got from T2 of the post-apocalyptic Skynet Live and everything kind of future.
Rated R.
Bullshit.
Rated R, motherfuckers.
It did not.
I take
did
back
not-
everything I said about T3. I don't even remember that fucking
Yeah,
movie.
we should probably watch it.
Yeah, I have no idea what movie
It was
I
probably
saw.
rated. It was probably rated R for gore, if anything.
What
I mean,
gore?
that's a
I
good
can't
reason.
think of why the
There-
movies are.
That machine female Terminator that was going around killing all
Did
the
she
people that
fuck
was
anything?
that was associated with John Connor.
Yeah.
There were some graphic scenes. I remember that.
I remember there being one scene with like blood splatter when she takes someone down with a buzzsaw, but you don't even see anything. You just see
This
the blood
movie
splatter.
sounds awesome.
I may
She
have to-
shot that one guy in the head in the drive-through of the restaurant.
This movie sounds awesome.
I take back everything I said about T3. I am remembering only the bad parts. I have to watch it again and reconsider.
I
what
honestly
I
only
said.
remember the end when the missiles were going off and they hid in that bunker.
Yeah, all I remember is the goofy shit, like talk to the hand and the stupid fucking sunglasses he wore.
Yeah.
Like the Elton John sunglasses because he goes to a gay bar
Oh.
to get his leather jacket. And I just remember the stupid shit like that.
You know what would have been
Or,
crazy?
or when the female robot makes her boobs bigger,
if you know what would have been crazy
which
if,
actually was pretty nice.
if John Connor and Claire Danes in that movie, if they gave birth to Kyle Reese, and then they sent Kyle Reese back in time to meet Sarah Connor, so that Sarah Connor could give birth to John Connor.
Hang on.
Yeah, this is
You are
just getting
creating
too
like
fucked up.
you are creating fucked levels of incest. with
I
what
know,
you're talking
but
about
it's
right now.
via time travel.
Like Kyle Reese is basically fucking his mom. If John Connor
His
and-
grandmother.
Oh,
Boom.
You're
It's messed up.
it's real messed up.
You're a
It's pretty
fucked up
fucked up,
person.
man.
I'm just saying, like, that's like it. Okay, what other reason? Do you remember why in that movie the Terminator was so hell bent on getting Claire Danes and John Connor together? Like he was like trying to protect them both. Why was he doing that in that movie? Do you remember why?
Because they're like a pair. It's like she was like his second in command kind of thing.
Yeah, but where is that anywhere else in the series?
Well, listen, all right. First of all, T3 got fucked over a lot of things with the timeline too. It's first of all
I
time
didn't see
travel. Fuck it all.
Yeah.
Fuck it all time travel. But
Doctor Who, in another time traveling film. Do
we're not even halfway there, Dave.
you want to pause it?
Why?
Smoke a cigarette? I don't know.
So you were saying we weren't giving Kyle enough shit.
We weren't giving Kyle enough shit. Let's look at it this way. I listened to episode 15 and how much shit
I listened.
to all the shit giving that I was.
So how do you think Kyle will commit suicide?
All right, Jesus Christ. Probably to some Depeche Mode.
Depeche. What the fuck is that?
Depeche Mode?
Yeah, he probably.
The band
I don't know.
Depeche Mode?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a band.
All right, band from the 80s. It's okay.
Oh shit.
You're gonna play some Depeche Mode right now?
I might.
What did they do?
It was a really 80s band.
Oh.
I'm
Anyway,
not saying like.
Sorry, I don't want to get off
I'm not
topic.
saying that-
Kyle's suicide. let's stay on topic here.
No, Jesus.
Hey, that's funny. I started to type dep and depression. It's just funny.
Oh.
We were just talking.
Depression mode.
How do you think you would do it?
I don't know.
I think a bottle full of pills and a bottle of alcohol.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Like a pussy. Like a fucking
No.
pussy.
He'd call someone too. He'd let him know, hey,
he'd
I'm
certainly-
I'm not going to be here much longer. Maybe with the faint hope.
Jesus.
that he's
Okay.
worth
Okay.
saving.
That's enough. Jesus Christ.
All right.
I'm
so
now.
You think we were hard enough on Kyle now?
Yeah. I think we're done. I think we're done on that. You went straight to the. You went straight to the wherever you guys left off on mine.
Is that Depeche Mode?
Is this new Depeche Mode?
I don't see how this relates
Oh yeah.
to suicide.
Okay. I've heard the song. Never mind.
It's pretty depressing.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I recognize this.
I could kill myself to this.
That's a good idea. What song would you kill yourself to?
This one?
Mad World. All around me are familiar faces. Yeah, what song would you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no. It's
It's
hard.
not
to,
something I think about very
Yeah, no,
often.
I
it's
feel
not
like
an
if I killed myself, I would just like blow my fucking brains out, and there wouldn't be like a ritual to it. I would just kill myself.
I'm
and
too
then I'd
much
be
of a
dead.
pussy to do that. I'd have to like jump off a building or something where it takes like where I'm just looking over the edge and like I can almost do it on accident even.
Or I mean,
But
like,
it's like a gun in the mouth. I could never bring myself to do that.
I mean, if you're too much of a pussy, at that point, just like go to like a really bad part of town, shout out like,
no, because then that's a long suffering kind of thing. Because someone's gonna stab you, you're gonna bleed out, and you might even live. Fuck
or
that.
it depends. You gotta find the guy.
Did
with
you-
the,
I
with
don't
the
remember
gun.
where I heard it, but it's pretty obvious. But like most people that have like tried to kill themselves jumping off of something and they live, they say like the second that they jump, they're like, oh fuck. Like they're like, I don't want to fucking do this anymore.
They're while
I shouldn't have
while
done this.
while we were pulling into port.
I feel like that's what would happen as I'm putting the gun in my mouth. Is I would reach that point and I'd be like, fuck it, and then it's like,
Fuck it.
While we were pulling into port in San Diego after the Hawaii to San Diego trip,
Yeah.
You thought about killing yourself?
no.
just jumping off.
This chief was telling me about, or not the chief. This guy named Fritz was telling me about when they were leaving port one time. They were passing underneath the Coronado Bridge, and there was a jumper at the top of the bridge right when they were passing underneath it. And I guess right as they passed underneath it, they were probably about 100 yards away. The guy jumped and landed in the water, and that was it. He was gone.
Wow.
Yeah, like never found him.
He should have waited and aimed for the boat. That would have been fucking
There's a
awesome.
there's a documentary I watched about people jumping off
Off
the
of bridges.
Yeah.
Wasn't
It's
it? Was it
fucked up.
Golden Gate?
I think
No.
so.
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
Golden
think
Gate Bridge probably, or actually probably now San Diego Bridge probably.
But
has.
it like happens so frequently that they have like video of it, like just random people.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember on multiple occasions while I was living in San Diego, the bridge connecting Coronado Island to the mainland of San Diego, multiple times traffic was stopped because there was a jumper on the bridge.
Didn't they haven't they instituted like some kind of thing on Golden Gate just to stop that from happening?
Yeah. You can't. There's no walking across the bridge.
That's what I thought.
At
there was something like that.
after a certain time, like after 5 or 6 p.m. or something, because I've driven across it
because that's when
Crossed.
Shh.
That's when the dates go wrong and people visit the Golden Gate Bridge.
I've driven across it.
I shouldn't make jokes about suicide.
You're the worst.
I should really not make jokes.
I make jokes about it.
I've driven across it 3 different times, and every time I parked my car and went to go walk up to where you can walk across the bridge, I can't walk across it. And I was like, what the fuck was the point of driving all the way here if I can't walk across the Golden Gate Bridge?
You think you learn after the first time?
Yeah, you think. I mean, probably. But shh, be quiet.
Just driving across it.
How about we just get it all on the floor right now? You got anything that in your will that we should do?
I have no will. I don't have
have
a
a
will.
will.
Well, I mean, is there just something you want us to do when
Roll
you die?
me up and smoke me when I'm dead.
Don't bury me. I want to be cremated.
Kind of.
be
Yeah, I want to
cremated?
be cremated too.
I don't want my body to take up space after I'm dead.
I'm actually of the mentality, and you guys might hop onto this, donate me to science. So that way it's like, I may even make you guys money.
Actually, you told me of a great idea one time. I think it was in high school or
They don't
shortly
want
after.
this body. They don't. There's nothing that they can get
Well,
from
no,
science.
I'm not saying
They're
like...
gonna be
they're
like,
gonna-
yep, that's what you don't want to do. That's all right.
Exactly.
Throw it in the fucking
They're going to take
landfill.
your lungs and put them on display
They're
in
gonna
those
take my
anti-tobacco
asshole.
ads.
They're gonna take my asshole and be like, "That's how you need to eat better." That's what this asshole means.
No, it was in high. It was either in high school or shortly after where you told me the idea where you wanted your body buried in a shallow grave, but with a tree planted in you, so that way you're like a tree grew
What
out
are
of
you,
your
a
body.
fucking hippie?
I think that may have been from my hippie days.
I liked that idea though because it was at the same time the tree is using your body for nutrients and everything, and there's it's
I hate that
it's like
idea.
replacing your dead body with a tree, and
That sounds awful.
That sounds.
Well, for what it's worth, my new idea is to send me into the moon and bury me on the moon with all of my money turned into gold.
Yeah.
So that way in the future they
want
talk
something
about the
similar
mythical moon gold.
Yeah.
There's some guy buried on the moon, and because there's no bacteria and shit over there, you're gonna crack it open and it's gonna be Mummy Man holding all his gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How fucking cool would that be?
That'd be
Actually,
pretty
it probably
dope.
wouldn't decompose.
Yeah.
It'd probably just be you.
Well, I'm sure I'd
Looking the
I'm
way
sure
you
I'd
do.
dehydrate and lose all that water.
You'd probably just be frozen. I don't think.
Actually, yeah, that'd probably
You'd
more
probably just be
likely.
frozen, and you look the way you do right now, but frozen with all this fucking gold and shit around you.
Look the way I do now. You say I'm gonna die
I'm
soon?
just saying
See,
the
I'm
way
gonna
you
fucking
do.
die soon.
You gonna kill me and
What
bury
the
me on the
fuck is
fucking
wrong
moon,
with you?
motherfucker?
I'm just telling you. I got friends.
With all 2K worth of gold in my
I
bank
know
account?
people that can do things like
Wouldn't
that.
even get a bar of gold for 2K. There's a guy on the moon buried with a golden ring. Let's
I like.
go get him.
No, I like the idea of if you were a billionaire, and just being like, all right,
Well,
I want
am,
you to send me to
so-
the moon, but I want it to just be my skeleton, and I want you to put me in a lawn chair with an umbrella on it and a beach towel.
The guy that can afford to make these kind of demands.
Yeah.
Where he's going to be paying everyone multiple millions of dollars
Yeah.
to do this for him.
Yeah, man, this has gotten dark.
It's not the first time.
It always gets fucking
Yeah.
dark.
We've done
sometime.
plenty of death podcasts.
Do you want a Twix?
No, I'm good.
You want a Twix, Mike?
Nah, I'm good. But
Are you
thank
sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I got paydays in the
I
truck.
had cake for breakfast today.
Paydays? How
okay?
many of them?
2.
Oh, okay.
They're for
I had
tomorrow
cake.
because tomorrow's my payday.
Oh, really? Today is my payday, so I got a Twix. That makes
Next
sense.
week is my payday.
I used to get paydays though every time I got paid in the Navy.
Like payday bars.
Or
Yeah,
like
payday
money.
bars.
'Cause I'm
I used to
pretty
get payday bars, with the
'cause
peanuts
I
and the caramel
definitely
and the
get a
peanut
payday
butter.
every payday.
Every payday's my payday.
Yeah. What's up with getting paid? Do you guys get paid every week or
Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
What's the deal with that?
I wish I got paid weekly.
I
That'd
wish
be
I did
nice.
too. That'd be sweet.
yeah.
Yeah. I'd
Why-
be able to.
why-
I'd be able to
Like
budget
there's
a lot better.
there's not really that much difference at all, but it just feels like it's different.
Yeah, I'd want to be on either end of the spectrum, monthly or weekly, one of the two.
Monthly.
I would
Yeah.
hate monthly.
Again,
monthly would suck.
Monthly, I feel like I would end up saving more money because I would be so I can't spend it all.
I would
And I
hate
wouldn't-
monthly.
Nah, I think weekly would be better because you have what you get for that week. You work a week, you get what you paid for a week. It's like 2 weeks. You're
However, if I got paid every week, I'd be like, oh my god, I don't make enough money.
Also, imagine how big your paycheck would be if it was monthly. That'd be pretty
I
sweet.
can imagine easily.
$80.
What?
$80.
Nah, come on.
I don't know how much money you
I at
make.
least
You
get
just
paid.
always complain about not making
What
enough
have you
money.
I don't
paid.
make enough.
I don't
money.
fucking make enough money.
I mean, compared to both you guys, I mean, I don't make enough.
I
Money.
don't make shit, dude.
Let's not get into finances right now.
I make plenty of money. I'm all right.
I went a long time making fucking 10 to 15,000, and I only make fucking like 22 now.
No, that was the thing. When I was in the Navy, I was making 27,000 a year.
That's nice.
And then when I got out of the Navy, I took like a $14,000 pay cut. $14,000. So I had to fucking come up with the difference, and then I fucking maxed out my credit card, and that's where I'm at right now.
It's pretty fucked up, man.
That's where I'm at right now. Drink beer.
Credit cards are pretty fucked up.
I'm just covering up my problems.
It's why I avoided them for so long. But
I'm like really good at credit cards.
See,
I pay it off every month. I never let interest collect. Nothing.
Yeah, that was me. That was me when I got out of the Navy. Like, I only used my credit card for like 3 different things before I got out of the Navy. I only had like $1,200 put on my credit card.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got back here, I was like $1,200. That's it on my credit card. On my $9,000. That was the thing. My credit was so good that the bank approved me for $9,000
Like credit limit.
credit limit.
Yeah, mine just got bumped up to fucking. I think it's 7,500. I have 7,500, and then I have a Best Buy credit card, which is 2,000.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah.
See, that's what I should do. Is I should just get like one for Best Buy and one for Tire
Those are
World
fuck-
and stuff like that.
Best Buy is really hard to get. It's like harder to get than a regular credit card.
Oh, fuck that.
Like
though.
my dad has good credit, and he just doesn't make enough money, and they did not.
I'll just get Tire World because I need new tires. So I'll just be like, hey, can I just get a credit card and then use them to buy these tires at like a small discount or something?
Oh yeah, they would.
And then
Yeah,
just do
they'd
that.
probably do that.
Yeah. Because I know that's one of the things they always spiff up, where they're like, "You get a discount if you buy it on a credit card."
That's how I bought my suit. They were like, you know, you can get a discount on this $1,000 suit if you buy it with a credit card. It won't be $800. And I was like, oh,
Fuck
okay,
yeah.
fuck yeah,
Why
I'll
do you have
do it.
$1,000 suit?
Yeah,
Why?
because I want to dress nice occasionally.
Oh.
$1,000 worth is pretty fucking nice.
I have one dress shirt that I've been using for probably 10 years now. That's like the extent of my dress clothes.
I have a ton
I wear
of
black
shirts, ties,
jeans
and
with it.
pants, but I have one jacket, and it's way too small for me now.
I mean,
because
I'm
fat as fuck.
pretty sure that the suit has depreciated in value over the
I'd
past
imagine.
3 years.
Yeah, it doesn't go up.
I'd
You don't
imagine.
invest in suits.
No, you don't invest in suits. Although that would be cool if you could.
I guess it has to be a famous suit.
Yeah.
You should get famous, and then you could sell it, and then there goes all your fucking money problems.
Yeah,
I
money
did-
problems out the window. Just get
I
famous.
did win best dressed at my Navy's Christmas party one year.
You pretty much bought that award.
Yeah, I did pretty much. Everyone was like, "Hey, he spent $1,000 on that suit. We have to let him win."
have to. That lava lamp looks like my diarrhea. It's like a different color, obviously, but
Same
That's
color, it'd be, like,
terrifying.
radioactive.
I got bad
It's like
shit.
so lumpy.
Yeah, I don't get turds.
Fuck Kyle.
Yeah, fuck him.
We end up talking about suicide. And
Didn't he say that he was going to be back at a certain time? Didn't he say like he tried to make it back here?
No.
In the
He said
message?
he was gonna finish up what he's doing, and then he was gonna go home. And
Yeah,
he's like, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna drop it off, but then I gotta go back and unload, and then I'm gonna go home and go to bed. And it's just like, really? So you're even admitting that you'll be able to join if we just wait a while, but I'm just gonna be too tired. Like I said, man, you stayed up 30-something hours and you were ready for the podcast. You wanted to do it, and you would have done it had you not made a small accident.
Yeah.
In your pants.
Kyle, on the other hand, has made no accident. He says,
pants.
fuck the podcast, fuck the listeners, fuck everyone.
No, don't say fuck the listeners. You don't want to give him a bad name in the listeners.
No, Kyle says, fuck the listeners. I heard him say it once.
Well, if he
Fuck something, something.
if he didn't want to quit the
That
podcast,
is slander.
if he didn't want to quit the podcast before, he's gonna hear this one and certainly want to quit. So, I guess it's just 3 of us now.
Fuck him. I love him.
I was going to say, it works out better. Oh, shit, we just lost our audio equipment.
And cut. So I really want to go out and I really want to buy, or I bought Arkham Knight, the new video game or I didn't buy it. My little brother bought it, and I started playing. It's a really nice game.
Yeah.
Really nice game.
Haven't played it yet, but I want to because I enjoyed Asylum and City, but the PC one was really fucked on release, so I'm just going to wait until it gets patched out a bit and then get that one.
It's actually pretty good. I got it on the PS4. It's a fun game so far. But the game that I really want to buy is the
Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
no,
Oh,
the remaster of Final Fantasy X. I mean, I remember playing the original Final Fantasy X, and it was like, for me, that was like the best Final Fantasy
That's like
ever.
the only Final Fantasy game that I've ever played. I've seen other people talk about them all the time, and
Yeah.
I just don't give a shit.
I've played Tactics on the Game Boy, or Tactics Advanced, and obviously that's not a good representation of Final Fantasy games as a whole. And then I started playing 7 on the PC, but I haven't finished it yet, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I've done.
10 was a great game. 10 was a great game as far as storyline, as far as gameplay, as far as graphics for the time. It was great.
Yeah.
But I want to play it on PlayStation 4 graphics. I think that'd be just like be fucking amazing, because you look back on PlayStation 2 graphics, they're kind of shitty.
Are you excited for the Final Fantasy VII remake?
A little bit. That's more of my older brother's generation of, like gameplay and everything. Early 90s kind of mid 90s.
I'm sure they'll update it for the modern age. It's not going to.
Oh,
like,
no,
it'll
yeah.
be like turn-based and stuff like that. Obviously.
Well, still,
but
it has to be. You
it'll-
can't expect to completely change the fighting style of the game,
yeah.
because I mean, like that's the way that Final Fantasy's gone. It's gone less turn-based to more like free world, free.
Yeah, like 15 looks fucking amazing with some of the stuff it's pulling off.
Yeah.
I only like Fallout. It's like pretty much it.
And when you say Fallout, you mean after Bethesda got it, like 3
Oh yeah,
up.
I mean I remember I played like the original ones.
Really,
When was
the
it on the PC?
isometric RPGs.
Yeah, but I don't remember them. I don't know if I like them. I have no idea. But yeah, Fallout 3 was the shit. It was a game changer.
Yeah. Hundreds of hours clocked into Fallout 3 and,
Oh, yeah.
and New Vegas.
Never played any of them.
You should
They're really
probably do it.
A lot of people are fanboys for Microsoft or Nintendo or this or that. I'm fanboys for certain game publishers and developers.
Bethesda.
One being Valve and one being Bethesda. Like, if Bethesda makes something, I'm almost guaranteed I'll buy it.
Yeah.
And
Not
same thing
Bungie?
with Valve. Not Bungie, no, because the thing with Bungie is it always had the Halos, and while those are fun games, they were on Xboxes, which I never had. And so I only ever got them, like, secondarily, like whenever I would go to a friend's house. And they were fun, but they were, to me, they were like Call of Duties. And I know
Yeah,
that's probably heresy to some people. But
I never got into Halo.
yeah.
It's serious. It seems like a fucking frat boy video game to me, just like Call of Duty. But whatever.
Yeah, I have a similar thing. I know it's not, but I have a similar feeling towards it. And then they have Destiny, which was recent, and
Yeah.
to me that looks like,
Which-
a Borderlands done well.
Yeah, that's and I agree with that. Destiny was basically. I had a lot of hopes for it before it came out, but it
Yeah.
was like after it came out, I was just like, "This is it. This is all you got to offer." No.
And then Bungie before that had something on the Mac, and then it had Oni on the PS2, and a couple other things that I can't even fucking remember. So it's like Bungie to me is like not a company that I keep track of at all, but shit like Bethesda and Valve, like if they announce any game, I'm already excited about it.
Yeah.
Except for Dota 2. Dota 2 I don't really care about, but that's because I'm not into the League of Legends,
Yeah, I
Dota MOBA games.
don't understand that shit.
There was one MOBA game I liked, and it was called Demigod, and I think that's because it didn't take the perspective of like a real-time strategy game where you're high above
Above
the
it,
action and
yeah.
stuff like that. It's like with Demigod, you were very much on the front lines, like the camera was much closer to your character and stuff like that. But it still had towers and minions and things like that.
Yeah,
but
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
At my last job, there were fucking dorks that loved that shit, and like while we weren't doing anything, they would go on YouTube and watch videos of it with like it was like a sporting event. It was just, whatever, but
I'm
I
into
just don't
esports.
get it.
I get the esports idea, but
I do too.
don't
I
enjoy
just
MOBAs. Yeah.
don't understand how it's fun.
You ever heard of League of Legends, Jordan, or anything like that?
I've heard of the name. I've never anything beyond that. No.
Right. Well, it's kind of a big deal, and it's a popular esports genre too. Is League of Legends style games or MOBAs or action RTSs or whatever you want to call them. They're pretty popular. It's kind of like an RTS, like an RTS is a real time strategy game where you're building a base and collecting resources. And
Kind of
stuff
like
that.
Age of Empires.
Yeah, kind of like that. But if you imagine you're only controlling a single super powerful guy. So if you ever played Age of Empires 3 and you have your explorer that goes around exploring the map, what if instead of exploring the map and then finding and getting into fights with other explorers and things like that, what if there was just 6 explorers on each side and they just fought each other? That's kind of what it is.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I think it's only 5 people on each side. I don't even know. Fuck it. I talk about things I don't know all the time. Fuck
I
it.
don't.
Yeah, fuck it. I just don't like. I can't get into like team games. I like to play video games by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like playing shit online usually. Like,
It's one of the things I like about Bethesda is they're still holding strong
Yeah.
to single player, which
Yeah.
I really give them props for because they could have caved.
Oh, yeah.
They could have
Oh, yeah.
said, "Oh, Skyrim's really popular. Let's just make our next game multiplayer because everyone's like clamoring for
Yeah, that would-
multiplayer Skyrim and shit like that." But they didn't. They said we considered Fallout 4 multiplayer, and then we decided, nah, because
Nah,
it's going
fuck
to take
that.
away too much focus from the main game, and we want to make the main
Exactly.
game better. And it's just like. Right the fuck on. Like,
Yeah.
so many people tack on their multiplayer or
Like, I
invest
like-
time in it.
I like that, you know, you can be on the internet and like I like the trophy systems and stuff like that, but I just don't. When I play video games, I like to be in my fucking like in a room by myself and just like forget what time it is and then be really pissed off at myself when it's over with. That's how I like to play video games.
Yeah.
I own. There's really only one video game I've been playing now for 6 months.
Arkham Knight.
No,
No.
Gran Turismo 6.
That's right. You love it.
Yeah, I mean that's fun because I love their Vision series cars that they've been coming out with, and they're all fucking amazing, and I love that. So I mean, technically they don't have to come out with a new game; they just keep updating the current game, and it's great.
When I was a kid, one of my neighbors, their whole house, like everybody was really into like computer games. They did like LAN shit, and we would play like racing games on like LAN. And it was there was like a computer in every room in the house. Like we weren't in the same room; it was all separate rooms.
That's
and we
awesome.
would like race, and then you know it'd be over with, and then we'd like go meet in another room and be like, "Oh, fuck you," blah blah blah. It was insane.
I did a few LAN parties, but they were mainly FPS games. They were your Counter Strike. There was one time I got everyone to agree to play Alien vs Predator 2 by Monolith, I believe it was, and that game is just so much fucking fun multiplayer. There was like a hunter and hunted kind of mode where you'd have like, you know, a few Marines and then a few aliens, and the aliens have to go after the Marines, and whenever a Marine dies, they don't go on to the alien team. And it's like, you know, that's the competition, is to see if the Marines can survive. And it was always so fucking terrifying when you were the last Marine and you're like at the end of a tunnel trying to hold them back, or if you're hiding in a certain spot. And it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
Or when you're the first alien and you know that you have an uphill battle trying to get your first human down, especially if they all collect really quick. Oh man, that game was so much fun. And then Predators were in it too, but I don't ever remember playing
Predators.
What'd you guys do for the 4th of July?
That was a nice segue. I watched a documentary about competitive Street Fighter. Actually, like people,
Really?
people
Video
that
game?
play Street Fighter.
The competitive fighting games is a whole nother fucking level.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, I know a lot of
Why
people
aren't we
get
so
really
on
into
video
MOBAs.
games right now? But it's funny.
You brought it right back.
I know. I didn't even try. But
So much for my segue.
yeah, now we're just
Like,
back on
you
video
sounded
games.
smart talking about airplane stuff. Just listen to someone talk about a fighting game for a while. The
Oh,
frame
yeah, yeah.
cancels and shit like that, and it's just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, people
Yeah.
get fucking crazy.
Yeah. I like fighting games, but I'm
I am
terrible at them.
so fucking. I don't
last-
like them because I'm terrible at
The
them. I get
last
fucking
fighting game I played
frustrated.
was Injustice, and that was it. I mean, I'm not really into it. Not fighting games. I mean, I enjoy it because I like the characters mostly.
Yeah.
The
Special
characters.
moves and
Yeah.
characters. And
No, just the characters.
That's what I don't like about it. Is like you can be like into the characters, but then you can't do anything with them except for fight another
no,
character.
I just like like playing as a character.
No,
for
I
a
know,
little
I know,
while.
I know what you're saying. Like I do too. That's one of the things I like about I like Mortal Kombat. I like the characters. I like
Yeah.
Street Fighter. I like the characters. But that's it. You can't do anything else with the characters.
No, you
Like,
can't.
you
Yeah.
just
It'd be great if they
fight each other.
It'd be great if they created like a fighting style game, but like after the fight, you can like either go on to like roam a world or something, or
Yeah.
combine the two, like a third person world
No
and
joke,
a fighting game.
What you're talking about is basically something people have been begging Midway or now NetherRealm Studios to do again, which is the conquest mode of Mortal Kombat Deception. Mortal Kombat Deception had a conquest mode where literally
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a third-person game where you ran around and discovered parts of the Mortal Kombat lore
Yeah.
and fought
See,
people.
that's
and it would turn
great.
into a 1v1 fighting game every now and then for the boss battles and for
Yeah.
certain story elements. But then after that, you ran around and found things.
Yeah, I remember playing that game for the original Xbox,
It
and that was
great.
that was a fun game.
I wish they would bring a mode like that back. Now
Yeah.
it's all story mode where you get to watch a cinematic in between the fights. And while
Yeah,
that
yeah.
works for what it's trying to do, it's oh man, a
Yeah.
legit conquest mode would be
It's
so great.
it's very early console ish because once you have that, it's like, what am I paying for now? I'm paying to fight people and then move on to the next level and fight someone again, and then
Then it's over.
and then
You
it's
just
over.
have to keep
Yeah,
doing it
and then
over
keep
and
doing it
over
over and over again.
You're the guy that was talking about cars like less than 5 minutes ago and how great it is that you get the new car and you're just driving fast. That's all you do.
Yeah, but I get several different courses to drive on, and it's different every time you drive. But with this, it's like two guys coming at each other, fighting. I mean,
you make it sound like the characters have no different fighting style.
They do have a slightly different fighting style. They do.
They
but the
have
background is still the
slightly
same. I mean, it's still a
people.
background you can't interact with.
I'm not talking about the background, all right? That's like bragging about your skyboxes in the racing game. Yes, you're right. The course is different, and the other races are different. But the idea is that you're still just trying to go fast. And yes, in a fighting game, all you're trying to do is just punch the opponent to death.
No, you're not just trying to go fast. You're trying to, you're taking corners at different speeds.
And there's frame cancels, there's grapples, there's blocking at the right time, there's when to run, there's when to use your meter, there's when to conserve, there's when to hit, when to not dodge, when to zone, what. In Mortal Kombat, there's like 20 fucking characters, and each of them have 3 variations. All right, that's a potential of 60 different characters on one side of the screen, a potential of 60 different characters on the other side of the screen.
Yeah.
That's over 3,600 combinations of different fights you could have. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you have to
How
say
many
about that?
courses
pussy?
I
Or
don't
your
have anything to
racing
say
game.
about that because that's just straight math. But whatever.
Numbers. I just shout numbers to win arguments.
You win because I'm not going to argue with it.
No, they both have their merits, but there's way more to both of them.
But it
and
would
they
be
could
cool because you can't do much else with a fucking a racing game than just race.
Same
But with
with
a
a fighting
fighting,
game.
Yeah,
well,
you
no,
could.
with a fighting
You
game,
could like
with
hang
a
out.
person.
You could get out of the car after the race and go to the bar,
Mm-hmm.
and then
You know what?
It all comes back to the open world. It all needs to be open world.
One of the
man.
best racing
I
games around
like
is
that.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Exactly.
That is a
That's
pretty
what I'm
good racing
talking
game.
about.
Yeah, because right in the middle of the race, you can just stop your car and get out and
Get
walk
out,
away.
grab an AK,
Exactly.
and just blow the other guy
Yes.
away,
Yep.
and then hop in your car and keep driving. That's my kind of racing.
That's pretty fucking.
I used to beat like Grand Theft Auto 3 and like Vice City. I used to beat those games by putting in the weapons cheat, and then like pretty much for every mission, I would
Do you
just
remember?
get out.
Do you remember the shoulder button combinations you had to hit?
no,
I
no.
remember it in GTA
But
3.
but I would pretty like for like I'd say like 80% of the missions in that entire game, I would just go to the mission, get out, and like blow up whatever I had. Like instead of like doing it strategically, I would just blow everything up. And
What
then
was
win the mission.
what was that Grand Theft Auto where it was like in Miami? Which one
Vice
was
City.
that?
Vice City.
Was that 3?
That was
was it
that
Vice
was the one
3?
after 3,
Yeah,
but
3.
before San Andreas.
Okay, yeah. I remember when that game came out. I was like maybe like
I skipped school.
I was like 12 or 13 years
That's
skipped
old.
my
school.
favorite of the series.
Yeah, I was like 12 or 13 years old, and I came home. My brothers were already out of school, and they had bought the game, and their friends were playing it. My mom was like, "You can't play that game. You can't go in the living room. You can't watch that."
I said, "Shut up! I'm gonna do
and
whatever
then she was
I
like,
want."
"Go outside or go to your room. You can't watch them play this game because it's evil or something like that." And I was like, "What?"
Fuck off, mom.
I was like, "I want to see
Get out of
them
here,
play
Mom.
this. I want to watch them." And they're like, "No."
I-
She's like, "No, you can't play these. You can't watch it." And I was
Yeah,
like,
I straight up skipped school the day that came out. And
Really?
played the fuck out of it.
in GTA 3, in the owner's manual on GTA 3, there's a part where it gives the population of Liberty City. And as a kid, it's like, I'm just reading through, and it has like funny little jokes in it and like little factoids about the game that can give you tips and stuff like that. And then it's like, all of a sudden, there's just this line of text that says population of Liberty City, 1 point something million. And as a kid, I'm like, why is it telling me that? Why would it give me a number unless it wanted me to reach it?
Just kill everyone.
And so after that, I devoted my life to killing
killing.
1 point something million people in Grand Theft Auto 3.
Did you get
Not
anywhere
even
near?
close. Not even close.
I
You have to
remember-
understand, if you devoted an entire evening to that,
"You
would
probably get
like
maybe
a couple
1,000."
yeah, if you're
Yeah.
lucky. So I didn't spend 1,000 days on that game. I remember spending an entire summer pretty much exclusively
Trying
killing
to kill.
people in Grand Theft Auto.
I remember trying to do that,
My
but
parents probably thought, "What the fuck is happening?"
Well,
All he does is come home.
Well,
and just kill
I
people.
I mean, eventually, when you're playing Grand Theft Auto, that's all it turns into is just killing
yeah.
people after like an hour or so.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Grand Theft Auto 3
I
in Vice City.
vividly remember the first time that I saw Grand Theft Auto 3. I was like, holy shit. This is real life. I'm playing real life on the TV right now.
It made me wonder
now it looks
why
like
I
garbage.
didn't carjack. I was like, why aren't people being carjacked more often? It's so easy. You literally just run up, open the door, yank him out, and it's your car now.
Disclaimer: don't carjack.
Are you always disclaiming things?
Like, I honestly
do it,
I honestly
carjack. I don't
wondered-
give a shit.
I honestly wondered. I'm like, why don't people just carjack?
So you can say that.
Like, I'm just gonna walk to the busy street, stand in the middle of the road. When someone stops, I'm just gonna take their car, drive it to work, and then park the car like maybe 2 roads down, and then get out and walk to work. Like, I never have to buy a
fuck
car
it.
now.
Fuck it.
I just use other people's cars all the time.
Yeah.
However, there might become a pattern when they know.
Yeah. This happens 5
Also-
times a week.
Also, when people get in car accidents, why don't they just park their car in the garage? It fixes it.
Yeah.
Go to sleep and get back up, and it's fine.
You're fine.
I remember playing one of the original Grand Theft Autos with the
have-
over-the-top view.
I have
overhead views.
2,
Yeah.
I think. I hated them even like around when they came out. I thought I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah, I
So when I heard a new Grand Theft Auto, like I didn't know anything about it, but I was like, oh my god, fuck that game. Fuck
mine
that
was the
stupid
other
game.
direction. Played Grand Theft Auto 3. Oh my god, this keeps fucking blowing my mind. I gotta
And then
play
you
the other
went-
one. And then I went and got 2. And
You're
I'm
like,
this was on PlayStation. Why wasn't I playing this? And it's like overhead, and I'm like, the fuck.
what is this? It's like hard to play.
I still love that Grand Theft Auto 3 carried over a lot of the stuff that was in 1 and 2, where it's like blowing up a car gets you cash and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So where it's like in Grand Theft Auto 1, if you just walk around and just destroy everything, you'll have like $1 million by the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
But then if you're in Vice City or especially San Andreas, fucking getting money is such a drag.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'm like, I just completed 20 missions. How much did I get? Oh,
$50.
I got $50 and like 10 respect points.
But I can go to the gym and get ripped. That was like my favorite part about San Andreas.
My favorite part about San Andreas was falling in water didn't kill you.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
That was pretty big. The first time that you could, swim in the water.
Have you played 5 at all?
I have not played 5,
I
but I've
have
heard nothing
played
but good
5.
things.
5 is pretty much the best thing that's ever happened. It is pretty much.
Because 4, I did play 4, and it was such a wash to me where I'm like, this isn't what I wanted. This is just more of the San Andreas vibe to me of like, I don't know. I liked how 3 and Vice City still had like some style and some fun to them. And then while San Andreas did have style and fun to it, I don't know, I was just starting to lose interest at that point. And
4 was definitely like, man, like I thought it was good. I played through it, but it was just whatever. It looked pretty good and stuff.
I mean, 5 has got finally the computing power behind it that what San Andreas needed.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I
'cause
never.
it's in the
I
same
never.
place, right?
Yeah,
I never.
No, it's not the same place. I don't think it's
5
San
doesn't take
Andreas.
place in San Andreas?
No, I
Because
don't
I
think-
thought it had like the Vinewood sign and stuff like that was in
I think
San
I'm
Andreas.
pretty sure it does.
It might really.
I don't know. I only played like halfway through it, but I don't know how I feel about. Like I said, the online. There's like an online element to it. I don't know. Like, have you guys seen anything about the online shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is online because a lot of people are making money off that right now with their videos online.
Yeah.
I know that the online's give and take, where some people love it because it's Grand Theft Auto Online. You get to play
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto with friends, and Grand Theft Auto, unlike an Elder Scrolls or a Fallout game, I can totally see the appeal of.
I can
playing
see
with
the
friends.
I can see the appeal. I just don't know if I would be into it.
Yeah, me either. But I can totally see.
Yeah.
At some point, it becomes too much.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like it. I can do almost anything.
With mods, you can do anything.
Yeah, I mean, like at that point, you're just like, give me some restrictions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally true, though. A game
Yeah.
with restrictions in the right places is much more enjoyable than
yeah.
a sandbox.
Yeah. I'm drinking a lot. Fuck.
You've had 3 beers. Was that your
This
third?
is my 4th.
Oh, you've had so many beers.
You know what I like about Kyle?
Bitch.
I haven't drank in a week.
Bitch.
Fuck off.
What?
We get to talk about video games.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Kyle would have definitely stopped.
Also-
I would have been like, I don't fucking know what you guys are talking about.
Also, we've
Suck a
been
dick.
going for an hour and a half. I mean, we usually go over an hour and then it gets cut down.
We
but,
did have a little bit of a pause, but yeah, this is a lot of audio now.
Usually Kyle's like, or
Wouldn't that be
I
our-
mean, like,
wouldn't that
we
be
should
one
probably
of
wrap it up pretty soon. But
Our
like,
longest episode is when Kyle is in
it's
here.
like 7 hours long. We do it until Sunday. Yeah, bitch.
All right, everybody, we're cutting out in about 5, 4, 3.
For those who couldn't tell, I was joking.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'll edit that part out.
No, don't edit anything out. It's like that joke you made about my suicide. Don't leave that out.
No. I mean, I'm gonna edit out the part where I said I was joking.
Oh no,
okay.
keep that in too.
Well, now you have to keep it in because we just
Because
we
no
just
one
acknowledged it,
because
and
no
now
one
it's
will
funny.
know either
No,
way.
All of it's getting cut.
gonna-
You know what? So far we have